Thank you, you too. Now, there's someone at the courthouse. What is your name, sir? Come on up.
Matthew Espinoza. Matthew.
Say that again, please.
Matthew Espinoza.
Matthew Espinoza. Well, is he on my 9 o'clock and I've overlooked him? I've not seen him. How about
I was told to be here at 9 o'clock. Last time we spoke, ma'am.
Okay. Missy, do you have him on here somewhere? Espinoza with an E, right?
Yes, Espinoza.
Okay, just like it sounds. Ms. Gillette, do you have him on your docket?
I don't even see my lawyer here. Mr. Paul Pate, I don't know his name.
Mr. Paul, he's usually assigned 10 o'clock settings, but hang
Well,
on, hang on.
Let's do 9 a.m.
Okay, hang on a minute. Well, he got called into a late set of hearings today too. It's been an unusual, I don't know. I keep saying it's been an unusual docket all week, so maybe it's just been an unusual week. Ms. Gillette, do you have him on here today?
I do not. I was going to look him up and see if he was a different date. Espinoza?
Yeah.
I was told last time to be here. I wrote down October 25th, 9 a.m.
Well, hang on, don't panic. We'll figure it out.
What's your first name? What's your first name?
Matthew.
Huh?
Matthew.
Matthew?
Yeah.
We'll get you figured out. Don't panic.
Matthew Espinoza.
Isn't it?
I don't know. I was just told to be here, so I'm here.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll make it work.
Okay, I want to go ahead and bring the 10 o'clocks in, Judge.
I was going to let you know about the Central County case. It all got dismissed, dropped, went away.
You had a bunch of subjects that got dismissed.
Yeah, I had 2019. I think it was they tried to give me a DUI. It's gone.
But before you get into Sedgwick County, let's figure out where you are in Greenwood County.
Oh, no, I'm done with that Central County. I was letting you know I'm finished. Over.
Okay, give me just a second to find your case. And Ms. Gillette, if you find that number before I do, please let me know.
I can look it up on my phone. I got it on my phone. The paper.
Okay, you can do that too.
Very well.
Oops.
Oh, here it is. It is TR 000814. Well, 2020 TR 000814.
2020 TR.
Sorry. 814.
814. Okay, thank you. That will help find it a lot quicker than by name.
Yep, that's it.
And Judge, it was set for September 27th.
I remember that day I was on the Zoom meeting with you, and then there's a prosecutor on the thing too, and they told me, you guys told me to be here in person, October 25th, 9 a.m.
Espinoza, could you do me a favor and just
Yes, ma'am.
stop for a moment?
I'm just going on with y'all.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, and I also got a letter in the mail, but I forgot it.
Okay, I'll try that again. I didn't enter the number right, I don't think. I think I left my county off. It's a statewide system I have to look for, so that's why I'm asking for a little patience. So I can come through. Could we please have him mute, Ms. Lopez?
Señor Cárdenas, ¿puede poner en mudo su teléfono, su computadora hasta que lleguemos a su caso, por favor? Gracias.
Okay.
Thank you.
Judge, he's set today for a bond forfeiture on his bench warrant.
Okay, I just figured out why it's not pulling up. It's because it's such an old case. Okay. I have to go down into that, Missy, I have to go down to that bottom screen.
I don't understand. I want to be here today.
Missy, have you had a chance? Can you put that on there for me, Missy, or do you have time to do that?
Yeah, Judge, I will do that.
Because I keep
We'll
trying.
need to wait for Mr. Paul to be present.
Okay, well, let's get it on the screen where I can look at it at least. And it's 814, correct?
Mhm.
Find a match. Hopefully Missy will. Okay. Okay, Mr. Espinoza, I'm going to come back to you after I do another hearing. I'm not sure how late Mr. Paul is running, but we'll get you squared away today if we can. Thank you, Missy. She has added that case. But I am going to look at the notes, and then as Ms. Gillette said, most likely we'll need to wait for your attorney.
Mhm.
Are we just waiting for my lawyer? I don't know what's going on, but,
Mr.
Oh.
Rothweiler, the court told you to hang out until your attorney gets here, and he's in another case somewhere else. So when he gets here, we'll take up your case.
I understand. I was just one more question. I remember last time I was on the phone with you or on the Zoom meeting with you guys told me to be here.
Sir, please
Asking, I was
wait
just wondering,
your turn. Do you see? I don't know. You can see there are plenty of people on here today. They all have important cases just like you do.
I'm gonna go back here and then sit down. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is a September 1st.
2,000 years later.
Oh, okay. I know what happened here. There are two cases. One is Mr. Espinoza's and one is Mr. Diaz Montiel. The continuance was done first and that journal entry was done and it got filed. And then a journal entry of plea and sentencing was also done and should have been filed. So it was like the case was most likely taken up twice in the day because they might come late or a different time frame. So there is a journal entry for the plea. And Mr. Paw has approved that journal entry, so it should be going into the court file.
Ms. Lopez, I'm not going to expect you to.
Thank you.
Over all that.
Thank you so much.
I think we'll just note that this case is resolved and taken off the docket.
Bueno, solo quiero clarificar que este caso ha sido resuelto y se está quitando al registro de la corte.
Thank you. And off the record on this case, Ms. Gillette, I think you've just solved a mystery in Mr. Espinoza's case. Missy, does that compute why it looks like we have two conflicting journal entries? One is in the other defendant's case. Mr. Paul gives us thumbs up.
I think so.
Well, Ms. Gillette, if you'll just take care of that paperwork, we'd appreciate it. Change the name or whatever we need to do on one of them.
Well, there's two journal entries for Diaz Montel, and the same thing happened in this one. They took it up and he was ordered to be as a failed to appear and then came late. And then a journal entry was prepared for him when he came later and was given the date. And so I believe that there are actually two journal entries on file in Mr. Espinoza's case. Both of them have all of his information on them, but one was from earlier when they wrote him down as a failed to appear, and there's notes he failed to appear, and then there's notes that he showed up later and there's journal entry for it.
Right. So they
So,
do actually reflect the hearings we had at the time we had them. I think maybe for future purposes, we're gonna have to find some way to, because sometimes they get filed at the same exact time and you can't tell when one hearing was and one was the other. We may have to come up with some way to distinguish in the future when that happens, because it's not totally unusual that they come in like 2 hours after we've called their case.
right, and on this matter, Mr. Dean had it, so I didn't realize there were 2 journal entries. I had to go back and look at his notes. So I think that if we order the bench warrant withdrawn and then go ahead and have his hearing today, that would take care of the situation.
All right, well, if you'll make sure that all takes place, that's great. Then let's move on to the other gentleman, Mr. Paul, that you said has his resolved.
Thank you very much. I'll definitely have it sorted.
Stay in touch with Mr. Paul.
Judge,
Yes.
we thank you for your indulgence.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Is that everyone you have, Mr. Paul?
No, I have one more.
Who do you
Oh,
have?
Am I okay to
Mr.
leave,
Rod-
man?
Yes, you
You'll-
can.
yes.
Have a
Mr.
good day,
Rodman, I
everybody.
believe he's at the Greenwood County Courthouse.
Tell me
Mr.
his name
Paul,
again, please.
you also have a Mr. Espinoza.
Oh, yes, Mr.
Oh, we haven't
Espinoza.
taken care of Mr. Espinoza? Okay, so
Okay.
who's at the courthouse? The first one, the black? with G?
That's Mr. Espinoza, I believe.
And
No,
Mr.
no.
Paul might need a breakout
I
room.
do. I do with him.
Hold on, I'm talking to the gentleman that has a little bit of a beard with the G and the black shirt. You're not Espinoza. What's your name? Come up to the microphone.
Matthew Espinoza.
You're Mr. Espinoza? You're the one I was talking to just a while ago?
Yeah, about
Okay,
one.
all right. Is there someone else in there that's got a court case?
Rodman.
One more guy back here.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
trade with you because you may need a little breakout room with your attorney. So bring up Mr. Rodman, please.
Yeah, it won't take very long for either one of them, Judge.
Okay, I've got to find Mr. Rodman first. There he is. Okay, Mr. Rodman. All right, thank you, sir. We are on the record and choose Mr.
And-
Plus.
He's not currently
Oh,
available.
we need to get the courthouse. He probably doesn't know how to get back into the.
Missing.
Probably doesn't know how to get back into the field. And we have a resolution. We have a resolution on this, Judge.
All right,
Judge, we probably need to talk about that Thornton case.
yeah. Okay, Missy, bring him back.
There we are.
Okay.
All right, we are back on the record in 2020. TR 814, State of Kansas versus Matthew Espinoza. Please announce appearances.
I'm here.
Ms. Gillette,
The court, this state appears by Jill Gillette, County Attorney.
Richard Paul on behalf of Mr. Espinoza, who appears via Zoom at a separate location in the council.
and I think that council have had a chance to talk and discuss some journal entries that kind of look like they contradicted. What announcements, if any, are
But
there?
what we're going to do, Judge, is any and all bench warrants are going to be removed. I think that's part of the issue. The other issue is disposition on his case. Mr. Espinoza is going to plead no contest to no driver's license in possession, $100 fine, court costs, booking fee. Mr. Espinoza makes approximately $3,000 a month, so he has agreed to pay attorney's fees. So that would be a total of $503. Yeah, $503 if my math is correct, Judge. We would like 90 days to pay with a like I said, a 5-day underlying and 6 months of non-reporting probation.
Okay, so $100 fine and the regular costs and fees with attorney fees, right?
Correct, Your Honor. Yes.
All right, and that's your Mr. Espinoza. how do you plead to operating without a valid license?
No contest.
You're not admitting the charge, but you don't want to deny it and take it to trial.
I don't want to go to trial. No,
Okay. Anyone making you give up your right to trial?
no, Your Honor.
And okay. So, Ms. Gillette, you have a factual basis to support a no contest plea?
We do, Your Honor. For the factual basis, the defendant was stopped on by Deputy Michelson in the 1200 block of East River Street area. He was monitoring traffic. He initiated the actual traffic stop on Highway 54 outside the city limits at mile marker 281. He was the only occupant in the car. His license is suspended. He was monitoring traffic and noticed the vehicle, drew his attention. The registration came back to him as the owner, and his driver's license was currently suspended at the time that he was stopped. Mr. Espinoza has since gotten his license back reinstated. And he had told him he knew it was suspended at the time that he was driving to Wichita. And so he was then given a notice to appear and released to a licensed driver so that the car didn't have to be towed.
Thank you. I find that Mr. Espinoza has voluntarily and knowingly entered a no contest plea today, and that the state has provided a factual basis to support it. Finding the defendant therefore guilty, I do fine him $100, assess court costs of $108, and $45 booking fee, as well as $250 attorney fees. The defendant is given 90 days to pay. This will be a payer peer review on January 31, 2025 at 11. Mr. Espinoza, if you're paid and you don't have any more violations of the law, you will not have to be back here. You can pay there at the courthouse in person, by mail, or by website. They'll give you a web address to pay that at. And counsel, what did you tell me about the actual sentence? The
5 days underlined, 6 months. suspended.
Okay, and that'll be the order of the court, 5 days. If you don't want to serve those, be successful on the 6 months non-reporting probation with the conditions that you violate no laws, and the condition that you pay in full by January 31st at 11, or show me every good faith effort why I should give you an extension if it's not paid in full by that date. Any questions about any of that, Mr. Espinoza?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you for bearing with us till we got this all sorted out. Hopefully you won't have to come back. Thank you, sir.
Matthew, good luck to you, buddy.
All right, counsel, anyone else?
I think that's it.
All right, till 1:30, and then you said you're gonna be running a little,
Yeah, I have a 1:30 juvenile detention, Judge, but
yeah,
the way
that's,
the way
we
the
have
docket
plenty.
looks, it's gonna be a long one anyway.
yeah, we have plenty, so,
So if you need me to bounce, because, I've been almost out of the office for 2 weeks. I haven't talked to any of these people. So I'm gonna have multiple breakout rooms. So I thank you for bearing with me, Judge.
well, I'm just glad to have you, and so we'll do what we can.
Well, I need that recording when you said you were so happy to see me. That's the one.
Yeah, because you won't ever hear that again.
Judge, will you
Oh.
come to visit about that other case real
All right.
quick?
Oh, yeah, you can go, Mr. Pondler.